Hello and welcome to Let's Play Stellaris. Oh yes, it is happening. We are finally playing this game. So, just as a bit of an introduction for those of you who don't know me, I am Kaneii 86. I have made Let's Plays for 17 years now. Yes, 17. And, I've done a lot of Civilization and stuff, but I've never done Stellaris to this point. So, speaking of Civilization, you might remember if you watched any of the Let's Plays that I did last year, I won a game as the Canadians doing a cultural victory. Now, the one thing you might not realize about that game was it wasn't really about Canadians or even humans. The entire game was a translation convention, and what you were really looking at this whole time was an alien civilization evolving. It was just like a bit too much for our human brains to handle, so the game sort of translated everything into like familiar human forms that we may know. But in reality, it was these guys here, this mammalian race of aliens called the Canadians. You understand? And the Kaneii made the Kaneii Commonwealth. You understand this, right? And they hail from the world of Awato, or Awato, however you want to pronounce it. So they are who we are going to be playing as. Because basically what happened is the Kaneii, they united their world through cultural hegemony. And that's what we saw in the Civilization game. And many years later, they went on to go into space. So this is the sequel to that Let's Play. So before we jump in, I do want to explain what we're going to do. We're going to take this Let's Play as far as we can. I have played Stellaris a few times, but I am nowhere near as experienced as I am with Civilization. So, definitely expect a lot of fumbling around. This is going to be a low-key, old-school, highly unedited, kind of chill Let's Play. There's going to be a lot of, sitting and thinking when things pop up on the screen. So, if you're expecting a fast-paced, zippy Let's Play, this is not going to be the one for you. But if you want a chill-out, fun-time, calm Let's Play, this is the one for you. So, my goal is we're going to make every episode maybe 5-10 minutes long. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to make it 15 to 20 minutes. We don't live in the 10-minute time limit anymore. So yeah, 15 to 20 minutes is the goal. A little higher, a little lower, whatever. And I'm going to try for daily uploads of this. So before we jump in, let's look at the Kaneii Commonwealth and see what's going on. So they have prosperous unification. Of course, they unified their world through culture. It's a very important thing. And they have merchant guilds because they loved to trade, and also a meritocracy because they want the best people leading them. Whether it's the best artisans or the best musicians, that also is true for their scientists and even their military. So, the Kaneii, they are egalitarian, very equal. We have pacifist, which means they're not like they'll fight if they have to, but they're not going out there and causing trouble because remember, these guys did not start a single war in my Let's Play, so that's how they are. And of course, materialist because they love to build and expand. So over here, they're organic, of course. They're extremely adaptive because they can settle on just about anything, as we saw from the Civ 6 Let's Play. but they are unruly. Yeah, they have, they don't like being told what to do, so they like to spread out and do their own thing. So we're going to see, this is going to be an interesting set of combinations here. And they arrive from a tundra world because, of course, the Kaneii are very much a cold weather species. They are adaptable, as we know. They're extremely adaptable, but they generally like it cold. So here we go. We are going to select them. We're going to play on Ensign difficulty. I hope that's not too much of a baby difficulty, but I don't want to screw myself over by playing way too high. I'll tell you what, if we do well on Ensign, the next Let's Play will be a tick higher. In terms of galaxy type, let's go with a elliptical galaxy, that's fine. Large, sure. I think we're going to try to keep things more or less as they are. Advanced settings, I mean, we can look at this. I might as well show them to you. Yeah, I don't know. We'll put the crisis at default. Yeah. In fact, what if we hit restore defaults? Oh, we lost some people. I don't know what happened here. Oh, we got blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, we're just going to make sure that... Oh, you know why? Because we went back to medium. Okay, if we go back to large... Oh, I guess crisis strength does... Okay, this is all default, considering that we are on a large world. Yeah... Okay, I don't really have too much else to say about this, so we're going to jump in. So yes, this will be an explain-heavy Let's Play, I think. I mean, not that I'm an expert on the game, but I will tell you what's going on and explain it to the best of my ability as we go. Alright, so here we are. It's the year 2200, and we are here on our planet... And we are going to begin. Yes. So there is our world of Awato. It's very good. We have our space station here. Every system you control will have a station in it. Over here, you start with 3 ships. These are just corvettes. A very simple. Think of them as your Zerglings or your warriors from Civ or something. And if you hit M, you go out into the galaxy. As you can see, we are about in the 8 to 9 position on the clock, closer to 9 than 8. We have a construction ship. What that does is it builds star bases. It can also build mining bases and things like that. So if there's like an uninhabitable world in your system that still has a lot of minerals, you can build a base there to mine or for power, or in some cases you can build research stations. And here is our science ship. Scientists are very important. They explore space, and because basically what you have to do is before you can claim a system, you have to scout it. You see right now, like, there's worlds here, but they're unknown to us. Like it says, I mean, we can see it as a tundra world. There's always guaranteed to be at least 2 worlds nearby that are inhabitable by you. But we also have an ocean world, which might not be perfectly compatible for our species. But we are super adaptable, so we might be able to do it. And even if we aren't, we might find alien friends later on that want to come live on it. So that's good. So you can only claim systems that you have fully surveyed. So it's very important to build science ships, and it's important to have construction vehicles. Military, of course, that goes without saying. It's very important. So we're going to begin the game. If I scroll out here, you can see we're generating 3 energy credits, 3 minerals, and 2 engineering research in our system. So we can look at our planet by clicking here. Now this is the planet screen. As you can see, we have some districts here. We're producing a whole bunch of stuff on this world. And I could sit here and go over what all of this is, but I don't want to go too nuts with the explanation. I don't want to front load everything, but we'll talk about it as it becomes important. And a lot of it is self-explanatory, like this apple is food, for instance. Power symbol is power. That's minerals. Like, it's pretty easy to realize. So what I like to do when we start, we are going to need another science ship. So we're going to go over here to our shipyards, which we only have the one. We go to shipyard. We can press science ship, and this is alloys. As you can see, we have 200 in the bank, and we're generating 10 every month. That's what this is, every month, because there's no turns. It's not a turn-based game. So we'll go ahead and generate a science ship. So we can explore in any direction, but I think the obvious choice is we want to explore these worlds. So what you can do, you right-click and you press Survey System. Meanwhile, there's almost always some stuff in your home system that you can do. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for the mining stations, and if we shift-click, we can do research stations. So hopefully by the time we build the first thing, we'll have 200 minerals, so we can build the other things. But if not, the order will cancel. Now, we need to put on our research. So, I think this is sort of like your tech tree in Civilization, although you have 3 of them. It's like you have the civics and the tech, but here it's 3 techs. Your physics, and what I'm going to do is do research produced from research stations, because that will improve the quality of our research stations, and that's very important. For society, let's see. I'm going to go straight for naval capacity, because naval capacity is how many ships you can make. And right now, if we look up here, naval capacity is 50. We only have 15 of the 50, but eventually we're going to want this number to be much, much higher. So yeah, that's pretty important. And engineering, let's see, what do we want? Afterburners are pretty strong, but let's go for the shields. We'll have the opportunity to research the other things soon too. So all that's together, and before we start, we can look at our the other thing to do before you start the game. Where is it? Nope, not that. Goodness, this is where we start getting embarrassing, because I'm looking for the edicts and things. Yep, here we are. So this is basically the policies of your empire, and it's important to have these the way you want them, because this will allow you to do things the way you want. So our diplomatic stance is expansionist, and I think that's pretty good. We do want to expand. If we have cooperative, we can get along with people. Let's see. We might want to change, actually. But, yeah, reducing the build cost of outposts is pretty good. So I think we can do that. An expansionist is a pretty standard one to start. War philosophy. So you can choose what kind of wars you want. As you can see, unrestricted wars are grayed out because we are pacifist. We can't do that. So basically, we can't do that. Liberation wars. So basically, you can only declare war when we have certain reasons, like casus belli. We can't just go nuts. And defensive war, of course, is like doing that is only if we are attacked. But we want to be able to do liberation wars too, so that's good. Balanced vassalage. You have the opportunity to make vassals, but we don't have to worry about that too much right now. Orbital bombardment. Selective, because we're not going to go ham on civilians. We're not like that. So selective means you just target the, the facilities that are relevant. Orbital surrender acceptance. Of course, we're going to allow. I mean, yeah, this is a lot of like in the weeds stuff that we're not going to worry about too much right now. Resettlement. We don't force resettlement. You can do a lot of dark stuff in this game, by the way. First contact protocol, proactive, of course. We are, what's the word? Xenophiles. So we like other people. Initial border status, open until otherwise. Research restrictions. So, yeah, there's some crazy stuff out there, but we will research anything. Economic policy. You can benefit civilian stuff, or you can benefit military stuff. So we're going to go with a mix. It's good. A lot of these things are pretty normal. We only have one trade policy available. Robotic workers, they're allowed. We cannot outlaw them because we are materialist. Population controls, we're prohibited because yeah, you can be a real bastard about that. You can be a eugenicist. Slavery, obviously, is going to be prohibited because we are not about that life. And purge, you can purge people. So, basically, it's on the table. We can change it to prohibited. But, you know what? We can change that, right? Yeah. Let's, yeah, we are going to change that so you can do that. And if you change something, you cannot change it again for 10 years. And it tells you the exact date you can change it. Aren't we nice? Anyway, these are edicts. And this will help you do things here. And this is the cost. The cost is in... this is unity or legitimacy. I forget, what is this? Unity. Okay. So you get so much unity per month. And as you can see, we're getting 19. So do we want to do any of these things? And I don't think we need to fortify the border yet, but that might be a good thing for the future. I don't think we need any of these things right now. So basically, yeah, that is what we're going to do. Yeah, let's actually play the game. We're going to hit the play button. And, yeah, I didn't want to have a scene where we have an entire episode with nothing happening. I'll show you what happens when you jump from system to system. They get here to the hyperplane, and then, boop, they jump. So this is what the science ship does. It goes around, it surveys these worlds, and it continues until the entire system is done. So that's pretty cool. Meanwhile, our other science ship is done. Every science ship needs a scientist to be on it. So basically, we need to be able to recruit a leader, and that takes unity. Thankfully, we have 100 stored up, so we can see all about these guys. who are they really? Like, these guys have pacifist at heart, but this guy's more of a materialist, and that'll give them other things. And then we have personal traits, like this guy is adaptable. This guy is resilient, which means he's going to live longer. He's adaptable, but he's also neurotic, which is a little bit makes it take a little bit longer. But this guy's resilient. You know what? I'm willing to go with the neurotic guy just because he's going to live longer and gain a lot of experience. So he's going to be really good. And I think his neuroticism will be what's the word? Sort of outweighed by all the good things. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this guy on a course to survey all of these worlds. And this guy will be on course to survey these worlds. Yeah, you can just queue up a whole bunch of stuff. And, yeah, it's very good. So, what I think I will do is I will end the episode there. We've done a big 3 months of time, but we were explaining a whole bunch of stuff. The real meat of the game begins next episode. This is what I always do, by the way, for those of you not familiar. The first episode rarely has much gameplay. But that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.